Hey, sorry, because time isn't met. Sorry, I forgot. This is not Facebook. This is YouTube. I want to talk about dissociation and somatic memory. Somatic just means body. What a somatic memory attack is your body relives, just like in a flashback. Somatic flashback, apologies, is a flashback of your body feeling what happened during, well, in this case, abuse. And this morning, we've had, oh, sorry, a brand new manifestation of it. What it feels like is hands touching us, specifically hands here and hand here. And when it's going on, it's very distressing because it spikes the emotions that would go along with it. And we do this, trying to pull away. I mean, obviously, right now, there's nothing happening. But that's what the memory is, of being restrained, held by somebody. As a prelude to sexual abuse. And we had what was essentially a flashback nightmare, which preceded this. And we woke around 7:30 a.m. from this. Actually earlier, because we were in bed as it happened. And I can't really distinguish between when we were awake and when we were asleep. But it lasted for a while in bed. I'm not sure how long. We really don't have time orientation during these episodes. Terrifying emotions like fear, like mindless terror, and also rage. Mindless, unfocused rage as a result, which is probably the fight response of the defensive action system. Then the pulling away would be the flight response. So you can see how it's bouncing between the two. And we're having some pea but that's pretty much normal for us. We're also experiencing, it feels like we're in zero gravity, very, very floaty. Our entire body, from head to toe, doesn't really feel fully real. It's very difficult to describe it in terms that people can relate to. Fuzzy is one. No, it's not. That's a different thing. But it feels very strange. Also, visually, nothing around us looks very real. This feels off. That's called derealization. Now, the feeling in our body is what is called depersonalization. So these are fairly extreme forms of dissociation as a direct result of the somatic flashback, which we've been having. It was very extreme for about, I'm going to say, at least an hour. There's physical anxiety that has followed it because the stress chemicals that accompany these things stay in your body for a while. But this has been going on. It's now 10:40 a.m. since probably about 6:30 a.m. So that's pretty extreme for any dissociative episode. I know we sound calm, but I'm a protector, so I can talk like this. Inside right now, there is, well, actually it's fairly quiet because basically Kira is in probably a freeze response or something close to it. Because in her mind, this hands make sure she can't fight, she can't flee, so she freezes. Because trying to fight an abuser just results in more abuse. So probably in a freeze response. There's desperation. That's the flight response. The rage is fight. And we're just bouncing between all three. Like a ping pong ball inside a big ball, basically, if you can visualize that. Feels physical anxiety, if we use the water level as a metric, is about here. And every so often it goes up here. It's palpable physically. feels cold and hollow. That's how it feels to us. Um, Now, this particular somatic memory is entirely new as of this morning. So that makes it extra distressing. I know, not being remotely rational. Our emotions are not letting us interpret things in a rational manner at all. It's why we can't go online, because we will lash out at somebody, we'll misinterpret things as negative. So at least we have that awareness. But this is pretty extreme. As far as dissociation goes, it doesn't get much more extreme than this. The next stage is where you feel like you're floating out of your body, and we've had that. So what we do is we keep grounding ourselves, reminding ourselves we're in our safe apartment. We look around. One of the things we do is we count red objects, because we have a lot of red accents here. So we go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, well, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay. We just keep doing things like that. Okay, there's a kitty cat, that kind of thing. It helps a bit. We decided we were going to try to watch something on TV. It wasn't working. We couldn't focus on it. We had an appointment with our worker from the Canadian Mental Health Association. We just had to say, yeah, this isn't working. I can't barely even function. So we had to just rebook for next week. That's how powerful and overwhelming this is. So there you have it, a bit of a